Tonight we have the privilege of having Mr. Bodunk Yo Mama on our show. Bodunk just published his new unbelievably and horrific horror novel, The Big Change Coming. And he has graciously offered to give us all an overview of the storyline tonight right here on our show. Over the last few days I had an opportunity to read it before it hit the shelves, and believe me, it scared the hell out of me. By the time I was finished reading it, I was so thankful that it is a book of fiction and not something that could truly happen in the real world. Well, let me first introduce Bodunk Yo Mama, and let him take it from here.
Thank you, Harry. It's wonderful to be here tonight. Thank you and your audience for allowing me this opportunity to introduce my newest blood-curdling novel, The Big Change Coming.
Yes, Bodunk, I could not wait to hear how you came up with such a wild and completely horrifying story plot with such a horrific cast of players involved. I know I quickly found myself completely repulsed with the cast of vile and disgusting characters you were able to come up with to make the unbelievable things happen as they do in your book.
Yes, well, Harry, actually I cannot take all the credit. I have to give a lot of the credit to my last LSD trip. I don't think even I could come up with this kind of stuff by myself if I were straight.
It is kind of strange you mention that, because, quite frankly, that is exactly what I thought while I was reading it.
Well, Harry, I guess you were right on that one. Haha.
Yes, now, Bodunk, in your book. Well, let me get this straight. The story starts out in a land quite similar to our own. And as I understand it, the powers that are in control of everything have just gifted the entire populace with what they are calling the start of a great change and benefits to all the people in the land. That is so silly on the surface. But I can see how scary the concept would be if it were true. Anyway, the plot just keeps getting scarier and scarier as I was reading. Oh, I am sorry, Bodunk, I got carried away a little bit there. Please continue explaining your plot.
Yes, well, Harry, in my book, this healthcare plan, the great gift to the people, is going to purportedly cover at least 10 million more new people that were not covered before. To make things scarier, I added that this was all going to be done without adding a single new doctor to help take care of all of these new people that are to be covered under the new healthcare plan.
Well, that sounds like a grave oversight to me on someone's part. However, I can understand you putting that in. If you wish to scare the hell out of someone, that should damn well get it done.
Yes, well, after all, I was writing a horror novel, so I had to make it as horrific as possible, so that is, when I added the part where they somehow were able to add another 16,000 new IRS agents to the payroll instead. Now that should bring fear to anyone's heart.
Yes, well, that seems to me that would just add insult to injury. Well, I guess they would have to have a new means of trying to pay for this new healthcare plan, wouldn't they?
In the book, this is where I had a lot of fun with the plot, and I made it that the healthcare plan was written by a committee chairman who says he does not even understand any of it.
I am sorry, Bodunk. Are you saying that the committee chairman could not even understand what the whole thing was about?
Yes, pretty damn scary hot, and then the whole mess was approved and passed by a Congress that did not even read it, yet strangely enough, they managed somehow to exempt themselves from the entire thing. Now I think that is damn scary, don't you?
Are you saying that they do not have to buy the same insurance coverage everyone in the land is forced to have as well as pay for?
Yes, in my book's plot that is what goes down. The people really get shafted there, don't they?
Yes, well, Bodunk, I am so very happy that something like this cannot really happen in this day and age here in America.
Well, at this point in the writing, my acid trip started to take a bad turn on me, but it did help me think of and add more horror and intrigue to the story. That is the point in the book where I added the part one liked most of all. That is where the healthcare plan was even signed by a president who smokes, and with money administered and controlled by a treasury chief who did not even pay his own taxes. Now that is scary even to me.
I am sorry, Bodunk, but this is all starting to sound more like a comedy than a horror story.
Yes, Harry, on looking back on things, I think I was having to talk myself down from a bad trip at the point, so I had to offer myself and the reader a little break from all the horrors that were taking place. So yes, I did try to lighten things up here and there. I do have to admit, even my attempts at humor were overwhelmed by the horror of the fact that to help pay for this gift of change the people were all going to be taxed a great deal more, and yes, I said a lot more, for at least 4 years before any of the new healthcare plan benefits will even take effect and benefit anyone at all. I bet that would scare the hell out of anyone. Yes, I'm sure it will. At this point in writing, I felt like I had an epiphany, and added the part where this was all going to be made to work by a government that was completely broke and had already bankrupted the country's Social Security and Medicare system. To make matters even worse, all of this was to be overseen by a Surgeon General who is grossly overweight. Now that is a great way to set a good example, don't you think?
I hate to break in here, but I see that we are about to run out of time tonight. So I am afraid we are going to have to stop at this point and remind everyone that if they wish to get the hell scared out of them, just pick up your copy of tonight's guest, Mr. Bodunk, your mama's new book, The Big Change Coming, her real-life horror story about the great gift. The new healthcare plan, being given and presented to the masses as some sort of great gift to us all. I am sure everyone will find it as horrifying as I did. Until next time, from all of us here, good reading, good luck, and good night.